In this episode, time for some hurricane prep and the best M3s ever made and shipping containers. Welcome to episode 119 of the We Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Michael Rao, we have impending doom.
We do. We have a very nasty fella named Ian that's going to come roll right through us.
Yeah, around the time you're listening to this, it's getting pretty strong in the Gulf of Mexico, and it is actually pointed directly at us.
Yeah, no, we are smack dab in the face of danger.
We could get some eyewall winds of 100 plus mile an hour. We'll see.
Yep, I'm stocked up on wine, so I'm prepped.
So that does bring me to the question. You have a car.
I do.
I have a car.
You do?
Is your car going to be in the garage?
No.
Uh-oh. What do you do?
Unfortunately, nothing.
Uh-oh.
I look for higher ground is what I do with my car. Or my insurance is going to be cutting me a nice fat check soon.
Could be that.
Those are kind of my two options for my car. My garage is not garage worthy at the moment, so not a whole lot I can do about that. I'd like for it to be warm and dry, but not going to be warm nor dry. It's going to be cold and wet and windy for my car. What about yours?
It will be in the garage, but my wife's car will not be. And I'm debating what to do with it. Where do you put it?
Keep it away from trees.
Yeah. Do you go find a big open parking lot? See, I don't know.
See, the problem with that is if the parking lot is a little bit lower, then it floods.
There's that, and there's the possibility of debris getting kicked along in a big open parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. What's the ideal place to park your car in a hurricane?
If it's not in the garage, I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
If you have a carport, right? Something like that maybe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, personally, if I could, I would park it in the drive-thru of a bank.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yep. So when I lived in Colorado, hail was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I'd see a storm, I would run and hide with my car under the drive-thru.
That's smart.
Yep. So, you're good there. Right.
And I guess if you've put it next to a building, you at least cut off one side.
Uh-huh. Less wind. Mm-hmm.
I like that idea.
That's what I would do.
All right.
But if it's in the garage and you have available, what I would also do is I'd put it on jack stands inside the garage.
What's that?
Imagine it floods.
Oh, boy.
So if you've got enough flooding that comes into the garage, right? If your car's on jack stands, maybe you're good.
I think you got bigger problems.
Probably, but your car's fine.
Like the rest of your house.
Yeah, but your car's fine.
All right. I get the logic there, but I think I would want to have the car down on the ground so I could drive out of there and be like, I'm getting the heck out of here. Because
let's put it this way: if it's not your only car,
okay.
If it's your weekend car, if it's a sports car that you don't drive all the time, if it's just a garage queen, put it on jack stands.
Doesn't
put
hurt.
it on the lift.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Right, just in case, because if it floods, that's 6 inches or 10 inches.
Yep.
Could be the difference between a flooded car, especially if it's a low car, a flooded car, and a car that once the water dissipates, it drives away, right? That's what I do.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would prep for a hurricane?
Topping up gas, obviously. Make sure your
Right.
gas tank's nice and full, and get an extra couple canisters of gas if you can, right? Make sure you've got a spare quart of all your fluids, oil, coolant, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's kind of where my brain goes.
It's like normal maintenance stuff. Tire pressures are normal in case you got to get out of town last second. I don't know. The only other thing that I can think of is having an inverter for your cigarette lighter, so you could charge your phone if you needed to.
Yep.
Most have USB ports now anyway, so
Probably fine there, right? But that brings me to the next question. What if you got a Tesla? What if you have to evacuate? What if here where we live, all the people that live on the islands like Siesta Key, Anna Maria, they've actually been ordered for a mandatory evacuation. Like they're
Yep.
going door to door to tell you, you better get the hell out of here or your whole house is going to be gone. What do you do?
You evacuate.
Yeah, but how? If you only have 2 or 300 miles of range and you're going to spend most of it sitting in traffic trying to get out, what happens?
I would assume that the Tesla navigation does handle that for you and looks at current traffic conditions and tells you, like, you got to stop here, here, here. And I also know that the charging networks themselves, when there's a natural disaster declared, all the charging goes to free.
Yeah, but you're still trying to charge so many more cars at the same charging station.
That will bottleneck.
Which means it's going to take you so much longer to charge the car, which means your time spent charging the car is now given time for that hurricane to catch up to you. And now where you could have been in a petrol car in Georgia, you're now still waiting just north of Tampa.
I think you just go to Miami.
Yes,
in theory,
but you get my idea.
Yeah,
right? What do you do?
You're not going as far as a gas car. I agree. Not in the same amount of time, because you're going to have to take 45 minutes to an hour to charge back up to 80%.
That's not good enough.
That is the situation.
I'm sorry, but you know what? If you have an EV, you've made your bed.
Yeah, but
I mean, I hate to sound grim, but like, if you're sold into it, you got to deal with it.
Yep. If you can go 300 miles, though, you'll be safe. You'll be fine. If you go in the correct direction 300 miles, you'll be fine. If you went across the state right now, you're not going to feel anything other than tropical storm force winds.
Yes.
You'll be fine.
But what about traffic? What if you're stuck in traffic? You're going to be eating through battery power while you're stuck in traffic.
You don't eat through a lot of battery sitting in traffic. You eat through a teeny tiny bit.
Okay.
In theory, you should be able to charge it to 250, 300 miles.
So if you had a Tesla, what would you be doing? Would you just start leaving?
Putting it in the garage, like my BRC.
Fair. Fair.
I mean, they probably have one. Let's be real. They probably have a garage for it.
Fair.
You're not going to want an EV without a garage anyway. So,
fair point. But
yeah,
I mean,
I get your point.
This made me think EVs are such a flawed system when there's like actual emergencies.
Yeah.
It just
if you
doesn't
can't plan
work.
it out, it's not ideal for an EV. I get that.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I do like the idea, though. Wouldn't it be awesome if gas stations were all like, free gas, everybody get out of town?
Yeah, yes, but gas stations are all privately owned businesses.
I know.
So,
Well, so are the charging networks, but
are they?
yeah. Tesla owns the supercharger network. The whatever Charge America, EVgo, they all are privately owned businesses as well.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't think that there's any governmental held charging stations, not that I know of. I think they're incentivized, but I don't think that they're government owned and run.
So there's a problem. We've got government subsidies going for things that are killing people because they can't charge their car fast enough. Your government is killing you.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to zip my entire tinfoil wetsuit right up.
All right.
And
back to your hurricane prep you go.
Yeah, I've prepped. I've cut down a half a oak tree. I have consumed numerous bottles of wine. I have stockpiled numerous other bottles of wine. Wine is great for hurricanes because it doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Oh, true.
So if you lose power, the beer supply, that's not good. You got to drink that right away because that needs to be refrigerated, right? But if you got wine.
I learned the other day that the amount of CO2 that is in beer is temperature dependent.
Okay, yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
If it's warmer, it has less CO2 in it, so you get less of the fuzzy, the fizz.
Interesting.
Same with soda as well.
Yeah, fair.
Yep.
All right, so shall we move on to some car spots?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll go first because I saw something that I was super excited to see. And I have seen one before, but I haven't seen one in a long time. And they're stupendously rare. I saw a BMW, and it was an orange one. And it's rare because it's called the Lime Rock Park Edition M3.
Yes.
One of 200 ever made. Only 200 of these cars have ever been made.
Wow.
Saw the Lime Rock Park bat, like the engraving. Freaking sick. I saw the same spec. Was it Blazing Orange or Fire Orange? I can't remember what it's actually called. With the black wheels. God, I love that car.
That's super cool.
Yeah. It's funny. I was actually out working, and a student looks at me and goes, whoa, that's pretty cool. I was like, actually, that's cooler than cool.
Yeah.
What you just saw is rarer than most cars you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 200 of them that have ever been made. And I do love this car because this is the first and last BMW M3 that came with a naturally aspirated V8. So this is still my favorite M3 that's ever been created.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle of F3.
The E92. God, I love that car so much. Oh,
super cool spot.
so good. I love that car. And they've all been very, very expensive with how they've gone and been sold, seeing as how well. They're very rare. Only 200 ever made to commemorate Lime Rock Park, which is a great racetrack that we've all raced on iRacing.
Heck yeah. That's your first track that you always go to.
With a Miata.
Yeah, run the Miatas there until you can slide it down the hill.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's my spot of the week. Did
All
you
right.
happen to see anything?
I did. I happened to see a couple things.
Okay.
We'll start it off with this, which was a nice BMW
You
out
too
at
saw
Sebring.
an M3.
I did.
Do you know what the name of the color is?
I don't know the name of the color.
Me.
Okay.
It's called Dakar Yellow.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
In what generation BMW is this?
This
I
is
don't
the
know them well enough.
E30, which came before the E36, which came before the E46, which came before the E90 or E92, which came before the F80 or F82, which came before the G80 or G82.
All right.
There you go.
This is a cool old car.
I love that. The
It just-
E30 M3, ooh, that's... I know I said the E90 M3, E92 M3 was kind of my favorite. The E30 is a very close second.
Mm-hmm. And you know that the owner has character.
Oh, yes.
Big car guy. to
Oh,
have
yes.
one of these.
I
Yeah.
loved the E30 M3. God, I love that car. And look how small its grills are.
Mm-hmm.
It's so... you could fit both grills inside a half of a current M3 grill.
Yes, you could.
Yes.
So I also saw this, which I didn't initially know what this was.
Ooh.
And I sent it to you and
Ooh.
asked, what am I looking at here? And you told me that this was a Ferrari 812 GTS.
Yes, a Ferrari 812 GTS. And I can tell it's a GTS because there's the line that denotes it's a hardtop convertible. If it was not a hardtop convertible and just a standard coupe, it would be the 812 Superfast. But this is the 812 GTS being open top.
And I believe that these are pretty rare. We'll come back to that, though, in a second. Because this has a 6.5 liter V12. An absolute monster.
Yes, sir.
Making around 800 horsepower. Yikes. With a 7-speed dual clutch. Comes in weighing at 3,845 pounds.
That's way lighter than you would expect.
That's relatively light. For that amount of power, that's
You would think an 800 horsepower car would be closer to 4,500 pounds?
yeah.
3,800 pounds? That's like a featherweight for that much horsepower.
Right. Only around 1,000 to 1,500 of these ish were made.
Not a lot of them.
Not a lot. But there's a reason for that. Because they start at $400,000.
So it's a nice cheap car.
No. No. It does not fit the cheap bucket at all.
No. So
Now, do you happen to know what the price of the not GTS was?
I will tell you.
I imagine that is cheaper, and I know that they made more of those as well, but the specs are relatively the same.
Let's see. So it's giving me the GTS numbers. So it's looking like the 812 Superfast is about 350.
Okay.
Starting at 350-ish. So a little bit cheaper.
So there's definitely a markup for this car.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But this is the hot version of the
yes.
Superfast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. Well, it's not the hottest version of the Superfast. Because that's the Competizione, which is the successor to the F12 TDF.
This is the hot cruiser.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. And it was spotted in the paddock. So some team owner or someone has it.
That's my favorite part about, one of my favorite part about going to races. The cars you see in the parking lot.
Yep.
So much good stuff.
Character all over the place.
Yep, for sure. So do you have an I wish they would have?
I do. It is hurricane related.
Oh.
Since we've been talking about it, and since I've been thinking about where to put my wife's car, I wish that you could just plant down like a hurricane-proof canopy over the top of a car. Wouldn't that be awesome?
It's like a metal shield that just...
Yeah, just bolt into the asphalt and tornado-proof, hurricane-proof, hail-proof. That'd be
I will
awesome.
say, if you are kind of a prepper, I would get one.
I would get one.
Mm-hmm.
Really makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
Really makes you think. I wonder if somebody makes one. I don't know of one.
Oh, for sure. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think it exists, frankly.
I don't think so either. But a car-shaped box that you can put... You know, it's a shipping container. It's a shipping container. That's what it is. It's a shipping container.
You want a shipping container to fold out around your car.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have
I'm
to do
envisioning
that,
Star
but
Wars right now.
Yeah. How much is a shipping container?
I don't know.
We're
I've
just gonna
never looked.
buy a shipping container for like $500 and just...
I think they're probably more than that, but yeah.
You think so?
I think they're probably like 5,000.
Can we not rent one for a week? Just put our car in there for the hurricane and let it be? Like,
It's not a horrible idea.
no, it solves the problem. Exactly.
That's actually a pretty good business you could start.
I know. Just truck shipping containers to hurricanes and tornado places.
Start holding things.
That's all they do.
It would be something, wouldn't it?
I guess you could just drive it out of the path of the storm. Or you could drive a shipping container to the path of the storm and put your car in it.
That works if you have land, right?
Yeah.
And you just have a shipping container there.
Yeah.
That works.
All right.
I like your I wish they would have.
Yeah, I wish you could put a canopy or something over the car to protect it.
It makes me change my I wish they would have.
Okay.
My I wish they would have used to be that I wish that your car would be like sealed from rising water from the bottom that wouldn't seep into your engine. But now my I wish they would have is that I wish I had a Unimog
Oh.
so that I could just go through the hurricane. I would drive into it.
Those are the massive tire things.
Yes.
That can like float on water.
Yes. The
drive
giant
across a lake.
Mercedes massive Yes.
Yes.
I
know
want
what
a
you're talking about.
Unimog. I wish I had a Unimog. That's my wish they would
You
have.
don't have to worry about hurricanes in that case.
No.
It just
I
it
wish
fights.
Yeah, I wish I had a Unimog. But realistically, my wish they would have is that I wish that your car was waterproof from the bottom up. So if it was stuck in a flood, water's not going to seep into the doors, into the cabin, into the engine, through the suspension, and get into intakes and things like that.
Yours was waterproof rather than water resistant.
Correct.
Because right now they're resistant. You can drive through a puddle, but you can't drive under a lake.
Correct.
That would be waterproof.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't foresee that anytime soon.
Not even close.
That's called a boat.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That'd be the
Unimog.
Toy Boda.
Yeah.
Bring
Bring it back.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right, so that's all I got for episode 119. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right, so it's going to wrap us up. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave us a thumbs up and comment on the video. Let us know, what would you do to prepare for a hurricane, especially if you owned an electric car? How would you get out in an evacuation? If you are local to us, please do stay safe in the storm. Don't be an idiot like me and just go try to hack half an oak tree down right before the storm. Take some real precautions. It's coming. And if you're listening on audio only, please leave us a 5-star rating and a review on your platform of choice. Don't forget to follow us on social. Facebook is We Are Auto. Instagram is WeAreAuto_. YouTube is We Are Auto. And our website is weareauto.io. So thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.